Scorecard, and today on the program we are in another high-brow area of Lagos State, a very peculiar local government amongst the 57 local governments in Lagos State because it houses the seat of governance in Lagos State, and that's talking about Ikeja local government. And here, so far from what we have seen, the chairman is doing everything he can to add to the aesthetic value of this local government and also to support the government in their megacity drive. This is Umi Ayeni. I'm going to take this time out, and when we come back, the chairman, which is my guest, is going to be seated with me. Please stick around. Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is Scorecard, and today on the program we're in the ancient city of Ikeja. Our focus today is on Ikeja local government. We want to see what has been going on in the last 3 years or so that the chairman, the present chairman of the local government, has been in office. And it's a beautiful coincidence on the program today because the chairman, who is my guest, is my used to be my senior colleague when we were in the secondary school. It should be about a year or two ahead of me. And we are meeting after 34 years today, although sadly enough in line of duty. But I'm glad that I'm seeing him. He's risen so big to become the chairman of Ikeja local government. So nice meeting you on the program, sir.
You're welcome.
All right. I know we're still going to talk about some other issues that will be off camera, you know, because it's been long that we saw. But on the program, we are here to look at 4 key areas of development. We want to talk about the infrastructure, we want to talk about the environment, we want to talk about the education, and also the human and health care delivery and the programs you've done in these 4 key areas of development since your assumption of office. So we'll take it one after the other. Let's start with the infrastructure. What are those things, the projects that you have done? Because yeah, we moved around before we got here today, and we have seen that, wow, Ikeja is really beaming new life. So what are those things that you have done in the area of infrastructure?
It's so enormous that when we start counting, we count so much within the last 1.5 years. Yeah, we started this government by solving problems of flooding, because then the first inaugural meeting is His Excellency, he said environment is key to his chest and we have to look for a way to help him out. Then the immediate neighbor to the local government is Anifoshe. So we put heads together, we felt we need to solve that problem of flooding, especially in Anifoshe. And today we are glad it's solved. Now, we went ahead because during the course of campaign, we identify areas of transport management. And when you're looking at transport management, you need to solve traffic management as well. We have major roads that are state roads in Ikeja, the Awolowo Way, the Adeni Jones, these are the link roads that people can always consider as major state road. But there is traffic problem, pressure on those roads. So what we did was to solve some inner road that we ease the pressure of those major roads. That there we have Regina Kuka, Iton. In fact, we went ahead and do Koforola, Alaja Koforola. These are areas that when you have pressure on Awolowo Way and Adeni Jones, people can transit from there and they can still save their time. We look around all the wards. We felt there is a need for us to touch in terms of infrastructure when it's come to roads. And we have touched virtually all the wards.
Okay.
And some of the streets are there. I'm sure they must have taken one. We have Fadi Aladu, Adikpelu, Alabi Close, Alalamu, Johnson. We are working presently on Short Street. We have touched Ladipo Kasulu. In the course of solving problem of flooding, we identified we need to do some drainage in Anifoshe, Olawaye. So far on that area of infrastructure, we cannot leave out building structures in our various schools and in our primary health centers. So all these are infrastructure projects that we have embarked on. When we talk of environment, yes, there was a time Lagos was considered to be having these challenges of refuse, indiscriminate refuse disposals, when there was issue of Vision, Skip, and PSP. So we felt strongly that we need to come to state government aid, and we did so well through the environmental department. Ikeja was adjudged one of the cleanest local government then, because most of the highway have been attended to. So it's a very good teamwork from this end of the table and the management, because they really put in their best. We work all through the day, both day and night, and they did so good to aid us in solving that. Then the PAC, when you talk of primary health care centers, we cannot just have bigger, but the major constitutional one we need to consider is PAC. So we have our PAC, we have 4, and 2 operate 24 hours.
Okay.
2 operate 24 hours. So it is easy for somebody who have some little challenges to patronize that. So, and we are working on the other 2 to be another 24 hours. Facilities are there. So there is no basis for anybody who wants to deliver to go to the hospital. We have competent personnel working there. So the PAC are running very, very well. Then the issue of education. The only way you can aid the pupils, because the present Ikeja generally has secondary school, but in the course of giving out some of these to developing area, we only have junior secondary school within the jurisdiction of the present Ikeja, who happen to be the capital. Then we aid the students with study materials, and we support them in their sporting activities as well, so that at least it will aid their studies. So every year we support them, and we are still doing that.
You have almost touched every of this category. Now let's look at the human development. I know it is very common with local governments to want to do poverty alleviation programs, program for the aged, stuff like that. So what have you done in those areas? Like I said,
there are countless of these projects that we cannot mention everything in this course of the program. We cannot. There are so many. Yes, well, we felt we need to bring up entrepreneurship within the young ones and some few less privileged ones. We went into that, and it was a laudable one. We have used that to create over 300 jobs.
Wow.
For the people of Ikeja, both male and females. Even when, in the course of looking at the other part of tier of government, and that has to do with judiciary, right? So before now, the customary courts were taken out of this place to JRA. But in the course of bringing them closer again, we have to rehabilitate the customary court. Today, they are performing fairly well because they have comfort that they can work with now. So many. I'm sure when you move around, you see those things that you have done. We can only mention few, because as they come in, we just tell you, or based on whatever you requested, we will give you.
Now let's look at on the political side. We just concluded the general elections in the country. Okay, maybe at this point, I should let you even send your goodwill message across to the winner of the presidential election and also the governor-elect in Lagos State, perhaps the leaders of your party at the national and state levels.
Let me use this opportunity to congratulate Mr. President, because he was once asked a question: will you congratulate the winner of the 2019? He said, I will congratulate myself. So he has congratulated himself because he knows he has performed so good that Nigeria look for other better governance in another next 4 years. So I equally congratulate him, because I look forward for him to continue, because Nigeria needs discipline. We need discipline. These changes he's talking about, it has to do with discipline. And once we get that, everything will follow suit. I want to congratulate the governor-elect of Lagos State, Mr. Alabi Sanwo-Olu. I know it's not new to the office of governance in Lagos State. One or two things he will be putting his head together to look at what he has to articulate alongside what the project of Greater Lagos is all around about. So I congratulate him too, because he's going to be having a good team, because the deputy happened to be the former commissioner for works and housing, and I'm sure they will continue the good work the present government is doing. So it's going to be a very good governance in Lagos State.
Okay. Come to think of it, is there any privilege that your local government is enjoying from the government of Lagos State being the closest local government to the seat of government?
We can say yes. Yes, security-wise, yes. Ikeja is very, very peaceful. Because being the seat of power, the security apparatus will all be there. And the environment is good to go by.
So, having sent your goodwill message across to the winner of the presidential election and the governor-elect of Lagos State, now let's look at specifically, because when we move around town, I'm going to be asking people to mention those projects that you have done. And I want you to do that because people need to hear from the horse's mouth. Let's trash the issue of human development during your tenure. The aged, poverty alleviation program, skill acquisitions. What are those specific projects you have done in these areas?
Yes, like I said, okay, let's take for instance the aged. The aged are being supported every month by this council. We give them stipends to aid their businesses. Then, like the area of entrepreneurship, we look into area where people can go into issue of barbing, salon, in terms of hairdressers. We only support tailoring. We equip them. We equip a lot in terms of. But I cannot mention everything right now because it's a very vast project. If you can empower over 300 people at the project and the youth, it goes a long way. It's a capital intensive project that it goes across all areas when you talk of medium, small scale entrepreneurship.
On the last note, I want you to send your that special message across to the people of Ikeja, what you want from them and the kind of hope you want them to hang on your tenure.
I send messages to the people of Ikeja. As of today, the #1 Ikeja man is Ashwaju Balogun, who will be marking his birthday on the 29th of March.
Wow.
Yeah, he's from this local government. He's our national leader. He's our leader. He's the #1 politician in Kenya. Not to talk of Nigeria. Now, I want to wish him well. He has been a very, very good leader to every one of us. He's a leader that brings us leaders in leaders. So we want to continue to enjoy his vast wisdom of experience politically and his knowledge when it comes to development. Because his drive for Lagos is what we are seeing materializing now. If he's telling you he's bringing out a product for you, he's bringing out a competent one, and Lagosians still want to enjoy that experience of his and his contribution to us, the greater Lagos. We're all looking forward to see very soon. Yeah, it goes to other political leaders, and that leader happened to be my leader, who is Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson, is my leader, and she has always been steadfast when it comes to politics in Ikeja, and always control the office holders not to be wayward in any form. That discipline is the key. We are bringing you up so that you can always enjoy bringing others up. So, regards to her and other leaders, Balogun, Alabi, and host of others. So, I wish them well, and I wish the entire people of Ikeja, from my immediate community, which is Alabi.
Oh, yes.
Alabi, the chiefs, the palace, and all residents of Ikeja, because Ikeja have been known to be peaceful, and will continue to be peaceful because people who come to Ikeja enjoy that privilege of being accommodated by their worries. To my immediate worker, the executives, the management, and even the legislators, we have always been a very good team players. They have been good, they have been focused, they have been productive in what they are doing. And they support this administration because they know everybody is building up a CV. We are all building up a CV for ourselves. And I want to thank them for the support they are giving this administration. And to those outside there that are non-resident of Ikeja, we wish them well in whatever they're doing in terms of their businesses and their support too, because once you pay your tax, you enjoy that facility you are paying tax for. So we want everybody to pay their taxes so that we can always give back to the community.
Yes, you've heard it all from my guest, the chairman of Ikeja local government, that's talking about engineer Mogeed Balogun. According to him, it's a teamwork here in Ikeja local government, and that has given birth to the lofty project, the amorous, the very attractive scenario that we have here in the entire Ikeja. We're still going to go around, talk to some people. We want to air their views and see what specific projects they can mention as per their areas, the area they belong to here in Ikeja. And from there, we shall be saying our bye-bye on the program today. This is Fumi Ayeni. Please stick around. We'll be back in just a jiffy.
Yeah, we have a cordial relationship with both management and executive and the legislator. We've been working together as one family. Like we have 6 wards in our local government here: Ward A, Ward B, Ward C, Ward E, which I came from, Ward E. We've done about 5 roads. We are not up to 2 years. We've done about 5 roads in my ward only. If you go to an indigenous ward at Ward A, there's a lot of projects going on there right as I'm speaking now. At Anifoshi, a lot of drainages have been done there. We're at Albasa there, where we are doing resurfacing. So we've done so many.
His contributions to the development of Ikeja has been massive. We've seen a lot of developmental projects in Ikeja, like the drainage system, the community health center, and so many things. The customary court, which has been long gone in our local government, I think now we have it. So his contributions towards the development of Ikeja has been really, really massive. I would say the youths have benefited massively because we have always been brought into the decisions of the local government. Any aspect that has to do with youth, we've always been involved. Most of the time, there's no decision they take in the local government that has to do with developmental projects that the youths are not involved. They reach out through the youth. We've reached out through a lot of youth, a lot of empowerment programs, and so many things that the youths have benefited from, even in the aspects of youth and sports development towards the youth. The youths have really, really been involved in the decisions of this administration.
I must just say we give thanks to God for giving us a God-given chairman in Ikeja local government, because since the inception of his administration, he has started projects that we cannot quantify. He has built at least 7 to 8 roads in this community, that is in Ikeja local government, and he has touched many communities, not in a certain particular area. He has went around the nooks and crannies of Ikeja to ensure that everybody felt the dividend of democracy. And part of this is this project here, where he constructed roads and the drainages. For example, in Anifoshi community, where I'm the CDA chairman, for years we have been submerged with flood. Anytime it rains, maybe in the 2 or 3 minutes, everywhere is flooded. But he had our hearings. When we call on him, he opened drainages along Olawaye, Oyelola, Balogun Street, Ojulowo Imoshe, and ensured that some other roads were tied. So he has done that, and since then, we have enjoyed free flow of water. When it rains, all the residents went on sleep because they have the confidence that they cannot witness any flood in their community. So he now deemed it fit to went around other communities to touch other CDAs. Example is this Modupe Awolowo. He has done Itoan Road and Regina Coca. That's the CDA on its own. On that name that bears Regina Coca Street, he has started the road. Then Alaji Koforola too. He has ensured that all this road links interwoven so that when there is traffic, that is easy access for them in coming in or out. He has done that to assist the government of this day in ensuring that we have free flow of traffic in Ikeja local government.
I'm a resident on this street, and we are happy with the project the local government has done here. We don't have potholes anymore. We have free movement here, and we're quite happy about that. He should continue with the good work, and we are here to support him.
The incumbent, engineer Mogeed Balogun, is a tested man, and like I said earlier, I was once an executive secretary in that local government, and with my knowledge, and when I look down, he's been a wonderful man, and it's a blessing to us in Ikeja, because being the son of the soil, he also knows the terrain of the entire Ikeja local government, and since the inception of his administration, he has done very, very well. He has embarked on drainage construction, drainage clearing, and this has reduced flooding in certain wards of Ikeja local government. And we want him to continue in that direction. Most of the area are below sea level, and for him to have embarked on that shows that he knows the problem of Ikeja local government, the community in Ikeja local government. So we want him to continue to do more in the area of drainage reconstruction, as well as rehabilitation of existing roads within the Ikeja local government. Yes, basically the primary function of local governments are in the area of road construction, which include drainage, health center, and primary and junior secondary education. And I know his priority have always been in that direction. So we want him to continue to do more. Now that everybody has, the election have come and gone, and I know that within the next 2.5 years of his administration, we will do more than that in that area.
I would want to give him 8% out of 10.
8 out of 10.
In Lagos State, if they are rating, he will be the first. I have that 100% assurance.